Good evening, good evening, good evening, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. And if you don't know anything else on this day, know that you deserve to be blessed. Hey, 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 hey. I don't know, I almost sounded like Fat Albert right there. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and peace and blessings to you. It's a great day. It's a blessed day. It's a Friday. And if you don't know anything else on this Friday, know that you deserve to be blessed. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming to you a little different tonight. I'm actually traveling. So I'm somewhere else right now. Um, it's a little warm, so I got the fan going. If you hear a little humming in the background, that's what that is, because you know a brother gotta stay cool. Okay, you know a brother gotta stay cool. Look, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday. It's the first week into our Pride Month, and I want everybody to throw up a little happy Pride, happy Pride, happy Pride. Um, Pride means a lot to us. I'm going to say us because I know it means a lot to a lot of the people that I know, a lot of people that are out there, that a lot of people in the fight, a lot of people that are out there in love and helping and being and doing and thriving and living, all of that good stuff. And I think sometimes we allow pride to go by without expressing who we are or what have you. Not just this month, but all year round, all year round. Okay. So turn to your brother, your sister, your neighbor, and tell them Happy Pride Month. Um, see what you can do to help. See what you can do to be there. See what you can do to just ride or die. You know what I'm saying? With that person during Pride Month and all other months throughout the year. I think it's crazy that we focus so much on just this month alone, and then it's not all the way throughout the year. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's Pride Month. It's Pride Month. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, tonight, I had a thought, right? And I had a thought. And I had a thought, right? It's called a thought to ponder. So I had a thought. So I thought, doing what needs to be done, we're done talking. So tonight, that's going to be our topic. I want y'all to marinate on it for just a little bit. Think about it for just a moment, right? Doing what needs to be done, we're done talking. I want you to marinate on that because once we clear the space and once we do what we need to do to go ahead and get this live broadcast started, right? Then we're going to get into it. Doing what needs to be done. We're done talking. So hit that like, subscribe, thumbs up, click, share, click, thumbs up, hearts, all of that good stuff. Go ahead on and give it to me. And if you are in the building, say something to me. Talk to me. Tell me you're in the building. Tell me hi. Tell me happy pride. Give a little something, something, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't with y'all last week. I do apologize for that. I put out a little something to state that I wouldn't be able to do the show. I was a little under the weather. Um, and it looks like I just needed to rest. Like, weird as it was, I needed to rest. So I actually laid down like for 2 days straight, basically, just laid down. And I felt so much better afterwards. I think I had been running and running and running, and my body just was like, okay, Titan, look, if you don't shut it down, I'm going to shut it down. So you going to shut it down? And I was like, well, okay, okay. You ain't got to do what I say. And sure enough, my body said, down. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know what we do? We clear the room. Y'all know we like to go ahead and we like to have, we got to take that breath, right? So come on and take a breath with me. Let's take a moment and acknowledge that your breath is important. Acknowledge that your breath is important. Y'all like how Houston looked all cute and pretty like that? Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we do. And for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, you may not be privy to what we actually do when we take a breath, when we acknowledge that our breath is important, but we take 3 breaths. The first breath, I'm going to count it out. The second breath, I won't count it out, but I'll still move my hands. So, it'll show you the count. And in the third breath, we like to make some noise, letting the universe know and letting everybody know that we're in control and we're doing it, right? That's what we're going to do today, as we do every Friday when we open up the show. We're going to clear the space, right? Clear the space. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So do a little shoulder action for me. Give me a little Tina Turner shoulder action. Rolling, rolling. And go ahead on and think about whatever that is that was this week, whatever was going on with you, whatever was holding you back, moving you forward, taking you to the side, making you have a detour in your life. Think about that thing. And you want to take a breath with that, right? You want to take a breath, take it in, and then you want to blow it out. Because the reality of it is that things are going to happen in our lives, but we're in control. We're in control. And I believe breathing is a way to let the universe know that we're in control. All right, y'all ready? On the count of 3, we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to hold it for the 5 pace, and I'll move my hands to show you, because on the first breath, I'm going to actually count for you. I'm not counting on the second or on the third. On the third one, we're going to make some noise. All right, y'all ready? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on, yeah. All right, now y'all know I'm gonna go with the second breath. I won't count it out, but I will move my hands. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And out. Now you should feel a little warm and fuzzy. You should feel your chest expanding a little bit. You should feel that breath. All right. Now here's the third one. Now remember what we said. We're in control. So on this third one, when you release that breath, you make some noise. Okay. Now look, for those of you who are at work or in the library, I'm not responsible if somebody come tap you on the shoulder. So that's not me. That's you. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Deep breath in. And yeah, I'm in control. I'm in control. I'm in control. Now, y'all know we like to clear the space. Ladies and gentlemen, what we believe that if you do this, right, at times when you're feeling down, at times when you're feeling that you don't know which way to turn, at times when you want to turn up and you know it won't be a good thing for you to turn up because you might wind up losing everything that you didn't work so hard to build, take a breath. Acknowledge that your breath is important. I guarantee you, like those infomercials, late night, 2 o'clock in the morning, I guarantee you, right? I can't give you your money back, but I guarantee you can get your peace back. You can get your love back. You can get your sanity back, right? If you just take a moment and acknowledge that your breath is important. Amen. Amen. That's what I'm talking about. Baby, look. Baby, look. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and I told y'all what we like to do. We like to clear the space, but we also like to groove. Now, what I want y'all to do this Friday, I want you to think about whatever it is that's bothering you, and I want you to take a moment and groove. Now, you ain't got to groove the same way that I groove, right? But groove nonetheless. Tap your toes, snap your fingers, do a little groove, do a little roll, do a little. Okay, pop that, pop that, pop that, pop. No, just kidding. So, ladies and gentlemen, I heard you say that you were ready. If you're ready, then let's go. Let's get it. Y'all ready? Sit it, da 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 da. Sit it, da 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 da. So, ta ta doom to doom ta doom doom ta ta doom to doom ta doom doom ta ta doom to doom ta doom T2P. Check me out. T2P. Check me out. Boom. Ta ta doom to doom ta doom doom ta ta doom to doom ta doom doom ta ta doom to doom ta doom T2P. Check me out. T2P. Check me out. Rah. Look, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just got to do it. You got to multitask. I mean, it is what it is, you know? Okay? It is what it is. Some people said I couldn't do it, but y'all saw I kept the beat going even though I was doing a little drinking. Follow me. Follow me. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So it is Friday. You know, we're going to talk about it. You know, I always have a story, but we're going to get into the thought. Let's go ahead and get into that thought. Okay? Doing what needs to be done. We are done talking. Okay? Here's the thing. I know of people out there, it's Pride Month, right? I know of people out there that are doing what needs to be done. They done talking, right? So, you know, I have a story. You know, I love telling the story, so I got a story for you. So think about what I'm saying as I'm telling this story, and then we're going to discuss it just really quickly. So doing what needs to be done, I'm done talking, right? Here's the story. So I'm talking with someone about HIV, about me aging with HIV, about me living my life and doing what I'm doing, and you know, just like trying to make it, even though I am older, you know. Now this is a moment of transparency. Even though I'm older, and I'm saying that I used to feel as if I was too old to do what I'm doing right now. I used to feel that I was too old to do any of what I'm doing right now. And the reality of it is that I'm not. By no means, shape, form, or fashion am I too old to be doing what I'm doing, right? And a lot of times people will tell you that you are. Okay? I'm going somewhere with this, right? And so I said, okay. They said, well, Titan, why don't you come over here with us and let's check this out and see what you think about it. And maybe you can join with us and we can, you know, have some discussions and we can talk about it. And I said, I think I'm done talking, right? I've had the same conversation 15, 20 times. Now I'm talking about HIV right here in this moment, but ladies and gentlemen, think about your life. Think about your relationships. Think about what's going on. And because it's Pride Month and I'm a Black gay man who's HIV positive, I'm talking about my life. I'm done talking. I'm out here doing what needs to be done. Now, it might not be what needs to be done for you or him or her or them or they, right? But it's for me. I'm out here doing what needs to be done for me so that I can step into spaces and places and be a part of the conversation and not be something that's discarded. This person said to me, you 50 years old. I mean, you 50 years old. And I said, well, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? While you're sitting here being in your 20s or 30s or whatever have you, and this is no means, no type of tea or no type of coming for people of this age, y'all. I'm telling the story. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, you're doing all this talking, you know, but Titan, what do you suggest? Why don't we find people that represent us, that look like us, that have been in the game like us, that's doing things like us, and let's start there. We can talk about it, yes, but I'm not doing that. So what I decided to do, I'm not doing no more talking. I'm inviting people on my show. I'm talking to people in the circles and the places that I go. I'm networking whenever I go somewhere. I'm giving out my contact information, telling them this, and come on to my show, my humble little show. Come on to it and let's talk about it. But what I don't like is when you tell me that we got to have another conversation about another conversation about another conversation about a conversation we had 2 years ago, a conversation we had 10 years ago, a conversation we had 15 years ago, and we're still having the same conversation. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. We want to sit up here and say, "Oh, happy pride, happy pride, happy pride." But what are we all? We're proud to be who we are, but we're doing it separately. Like we're in this silo and this silo and this silo. I sat in a I sat on a panel. I'll never forget this. I sat on a panel and they were talking, and there were a couple of black and brown people in this area, this space. And everybody was talking about what was good for black and brown people, except the black and brown people. You understand what I'm saying? And while I was honored to be in this space, while I was honored to be invited, while I was honored to um, be a part of the solution, quote unquote, what I was not happy with was the fact that there was no representation for someone of like myself, right? There was no representation on this is what's great about what we're doing, but we really don't get it out to the guy on the bottom of the totem pole, or the girl on the bottom of the totem pole, or the person, right? We don't get it to them. This is all good, right? When it's up here in the planning stages, oh, this is this, and we got to make sure we have this, and yes, and I'm going to get this grant for this, and I'm going to do this grant for this. But what are we doing? And then when somebody steps outside of this box that we're in, all of a sudden they're wrong. All of a sudden you look at them as the rebel, as the bad person. But we're doing what needs to be done. We're done talking. You're not going to give us the grant money. You're not going to give us the funds. You're not going to give us the ability to have these things because we don't fit the status quo. Well, you know what? I don't need to talk to you no more. Let me go do what needs to be done. I'm done talking. Let me go do what needs to be done. And this is what I'm going to tell you. I know everybody want to say it's cliche, but I believe that if you are out there touching people, literally, not COVID style touching, but you know what I mean. You're out there touching people, you're getting with people, you're letting people know about resources, you're helping people, you're talking to people, you're out here saving lives, talking people off the ledge. You are doing what needs to be done. No more talking. No more talking. I took my own money. I took my own time. I took my own knowledge. I boned up on more knowledge, right? I made sure I understood what was going on. Well, what is this? Well, if I'm doing this, and then what is this? Well, what is, this right here? Yeah, let me learn. Let me know so that I can do what needs to be done. Now, I'm not going to say that the government is not helping. I'm not going to say that these organizations are not helping, because there's some great organizations out there. But by the time we get to the money, by the time we get to the resources, we done went through so much red tape that we just don't know, right? Then we got to answer this and answer that. And then everybody seems to think that right now, the end in the HIV epidemic is condoms. You understand what I'm saying? And so with that being said, it's kind of like, I don't know how we do this. I don't know why we do this, but it's a shame that you are in 15 meetings in 1 week and you still got to go make revisions. You still can't do this. You still can't do that. And then when the time comes for us to shut up and make it happen, then we can't really do that. I know that everything has a planning stage. I know that. But we got to be better than that. So back to the story. So I told her, I said, well, I'm tired of this, because this is not, although I look like this today, I didn't look like this 16 years ago. I was just a shell of a person 16 years ago. I had so many medical things that was happening around me I didn't know. Then I didn't really have somebody that was walking in my lane, that was going through the same thing I was going through. So I couldn't really connect with nobody. I'm basically out here on this island by myself, and I'm wondering if I'm going to make it. Death, denial, depression. I'm wondering if I'm going to get through. And when I got, now, I'm a little later, right? because it took me 14 years to get to that point. And I'm not being critical of anybody else. But I stood and I told my brother, Ian, I said, Ian, brother, this is what we're going to do. Yes, I said, brother, Burdda. I said, brother. I said, this is what I'm going to do. You show me how to get there. You show me what I need to do. You allow me to be in a space and place and allow me to be in these circles and these conversations. Oh, yes, I will not take it for granted. And God is my witness. I have not. And I hope I have done justice to what Ian has showed me, to what Kevin has showed me, to what Shadon, to what Tana, to what Ryan White Planning Council, all of these, what they've shown me or what they've done is given me Mauricia, trying to think of who else out there that's just doing it, right? And they gave me a space or a place. You feel what I'm saying? Like I wanted a seat at the table. And they gave me opportunities to have a seat at the table. And from that moment when I hit the ground, I started running. And I was like, bro, this is not what we're going to do. And a lot of times people will say to you, oh, well, Titan, we didn't even know you were doing this. We didn't even see you. Most of the time I'm in the background. I'm in the background saying, no, we can't talk to clients like that, or we can't go over here and do this with people. If we're going to go out to the public and get it, we need to have our ducks in a row. We need to make sure that we didn't cross those T's and dotted those I's. Doing what needs to be done. We're done talking. We're done talking. So if you're going to come to me with a conversation and not a solution or a plan for a solution, there's no need for us to talk. If we're not going to hash out what needs to be hashed out, and here's what I don't like. I don't like for you to do this everybody's a winner thing. Because in real life, we're not all winners. Some of us are out there on our last dime. Some of us are homeless. Some of us are fighting a mental battle. Some of us are fighting a physical battle. Some of us are fighting an emotional, fighting an HIV battle. Like, you think because everybody says, oh, it's undetectable. Yes, we want you to be undetectable, but what are we really doing? I believe that if you are able to talk to someone or be there for someone in the early stages of a diagnosis or not a diagnosis, right? Even though you're negative, you're still there in the early stages of what's going on with this person, you're able to help. Leave a mark, something long lasting. You're not able to do that if we're constantly having conversations at them. I'm not having conversations with them. I'm talking to them. You got to do this, and you got to sign this, and you got to do this, and you got to sign that. And anybody can tell you that I have worked with or been around. I will stop. Tell me how you feel. What's going on with you? What do you want to say? Or you don't want to say nothing? Do you want to yell, scream, kick? Do you want to jump up and down? Do you want to act a nut right now because your life just got turned upside down? You tell me what I can do to assist you. Tell me what I can do to help you. That's where the conversation starts. I can't come in and tell you what you need to do right now because I'm not where you are. Yes, I'm a Black gay man who's HIV positive, but I'm not where you are. Just like somebody wasn't where I was 16 years ago. Hell, and let's be honest, somebody wasn't where I was at 2018, 2019, when I decided that it was time. Y'all get me? And I don't want to sound like I'm preaching. I don't want to sound like I'm sitting here coming at anybody, but I'm saying, y'all, we talk all the time. But the reality of it is I'm done talking. We're going to do what needs to be done. Now, it may not look like what you think it should look like. It may not feel like what you think it should feel like. But how many of you have been cookie cutter all your life and it got you nowhere? Sometimes you got to step outside the box and do just that. So I want to say tonight, and I don't think they knew that I was going to do this, right? I want to say to those who are doing what needs to be done, I want to give a little highlight to you tonight. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. Doing what needs to be done. Doing what needs to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, I used to be a part of this organization. I'm still a part of it by spirit, but I'm talking about Ian Haddock with the Normal Anomaly and BQ Plus. The normalanomaly.org. Ladies and gentlemen, go and check it out because see, here's the thing. BQ Plus was something that was outside of the normal. It was outside of the box. Ian was always thinking outside of the box. He was doing what needs to be done. He said, if I go stand in the streets with the people, then what do the people need? That's where I need to go. And BQ Plus came about. So I want to give a shout out to Ian L. Haddock and the Normal Anomaly and Joel and Jordan over there at the Normal Anomaly for doing what needs to be done. Y'all better work. Happy Pride. Y'all better work. The Mahogany Project. The Mahogany Project with Burners. They know they are doing what needs to be done. They're doing what needs to be done. You can't be on the same page with everybody all the time. Vernon said, oh, I'm going to step out. Let me do this. Let me do this. Now, look at the Mahogany Project now. And you say, what? Out here making moves in the community and doing what needs to be done. For this Pride Month, Bernice and the Mahogany Project, I salute you for doing what needs to be done. The Truth Project, Kevin Anderson with the Truth Project. They've been giving you truth all throughout the community for years, doing what needs to be done. Kevin saw that there was a need, and he said to himself, and well, this is what I think. He said self, and his self said, He said, okay, what do I need to do for the community? And here comes the Truth Project. And the Truth Project has been a staple in the community for years on top of years. And I pray and I give him big ups to continue being that pillar of the community. So I salute you, Kevin Anderson and the Truth Project. Happy Pride to you as well. Saving Our Sisters United, Alanis Narcissus, right? Sometimes you are not able to go with the status quo. You're not able to be in with what they say is the box. You got to go outside the box. Alanis knew that there was an issue and there was a problem in the community. She knew that there had to be something done to help our sisters, right? So Save Our Sisters United, outside the box. And she's been a staple of the community with Save Our Sisters United. And this is what I'm talking about. This is doing what needs to be done. Y'all wouldn't let me get in and do what I need to be done on this level, the box. So let me step outside the box and let me show you what I'm able to do. So I salute you this Pride, Alanis Narcissus and Save Our Sisters United. Y'all better keep it up. Do what you got to do. Sandy Bailey Gwynn with Foundations for Living. When I tell you, I met this lady, and I call her auntie, right? And she's in the fight for HIV and AIDS and helping. But she was on my show 2 weeks ago. And I got really emotional because sometimes it takes a person of faith, to be able to talk to LGBTQIA plus in church. Accept them where they are and love them for who they are and doing it. I tell her all the time, stay in your pocket, you in your pocket. And Sandy Bailey Gwynn, Foundations for Living, I salute you this Pride. You might not know what you're doing for us in this Pride Month and all year long, but I salute you. Keep on doing what you're doing. Stay in that pocket, Sandy, stay in that pocket. It's okay to say yes. Erica Bolden. A lot of times you meet people. Erica came on my show when I was on the radio. And the person that I had booked the actual radio show with that day couldn't make it. So Erica came in her place. Now, I'm not saying that the interview wouldn't have been this or that. What I am saying is that divine intervention is always there. Erica wanted to do something for our homeless here in the city of Houston. Erica wanted to make sure that they had somewhere. And sometimes just taking a bath is something that's needed. We take it for granted because this is what we do on a daily. But Erica saw that there was cause in the community. And she just doesn't work with one community. She works with all of us. So even though Erica is not part of the LGBTQIA community, right? She is an ally. She has helped me on many occasions. She has been there. She has done it. She's doing the work. And I want to salute her this pride because she took this Black gay man and offered him whatever he needed to be whole, to be healed. And for that, Erica, I salute you. You keep on doing what you're doing for the communities, right, in Houston. And I appreciate you and I love you for that. And happy Pride to you. Pyro Media. Look, hold on, y'all. You know, I'm about to say my own peeps that I'm working with right now. You know what I'm saying? Pyro Media, Kwame, right, is doing what needs to be done. Go and check out his website, right? Or excuse me. Go and check out Pyro Media Network's website, okay? And see what he's doing for the community, right? The roster, the lineup looks like us, it's by us, it's for us. And that's what you have to have. They probably didn't want him to do it his way. Now, matter of fact, it wasn't a problem. He couldn't do it his way in the box. He had to come out of the box and produce his own, doing what needs to be done. He's done talking. He said, okay, y'all not gonna let me do it this way? I'm gonna show you. Now, it might have took a little moment. Now, I don't know if this is true, and Kwame can probably talk on it, speak on it at another time, but I don't know if it's true. But if it's like me, I know I struggled in the beginning. But then look at me now. Look where I'm at. This is not a brag or a boast. This is just saying, look, I had to trip and fall a couple of times, but I'm here. I may be Black. I may even be, no, I ain't. Anyway, Kwame and Pyro Media Network, I salute you. Happy Pride to you. You keep on doing what you're doing. And don't you ever let nobody tell you that you can't have a whole network full of people that look like us, by us, and for us. You better work. Dante Morrison. Dante has the Dante Show. Dante has books. He's an author. He has a website. He's this, that, 55 things. The man got 15 jobs, right? But this is what I want to say to him. He has always been about community. He has always been about that since I've known him. And I've known him only a short time, right? Maybe about a year's time frame. But still and yet, he has been doing it. I see it, and I see the work that he puts in, right? Outside the box. They wouldn't let him do it inside the box, not the way he wanted. So he went outside the box and built his own brand and own empire. That's how you do it. That's how you got to do it. So I sat back and I watched him and I said, oh, okay, then. Let me go ahead on and put my foot in and do what I need to do. Doing what needs to be done. He was done talking. He said, I'm going to show you. Here comes the books. Here comes the Dante Show, speaking engagements. He got his own business, all of this stuff. Doing what needs to be done. I salute you, Dante. Happy Pride to you as well. And then lastly, but surely not least, Miss Shadon McCants with To Know Is To Live. I met her and we have a similar story. We talk about being HIV positive. We talk about being together in this fight and doing what needs to be done. You good? We're all right? Okay, woo. Look, I was sitting there saying, did I do something? Did my computer freeze? What's happening? No, anyways. So I want to give a shout out to Shadon for being bold in that, because the reason I said that me and her are similar in this, because we sort of came to a point in our lives where we had to speak about our HIV status and experiences. And I think that sometimes we don't get our flowers while we are alive. And, sometimes we don't get our flowers held just for last week or whatever. But I salute her because she's out there making moves and doing it, right? She is 26 years HIV positive, and she's still out there fighting the good fight for those that come behind her and those that are in front of her, right? You with me on that? So Shadon, happy Pride to you. I salute you for doing what you're doing. And I say, keep on doing what you're doing. You better not. You better don't, because we're going to always have a little conversation. Yeah, we just had one today. But I salute you and I appreciate you and I love you for that. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm going to say. Have the conversation. Have the conversation. Yes, have it. But we can't keep talking about the same thing 15 times over and then 15 years later and we still at square one. We're going to have to do what needs to be done. All those that I just named today, and throughout this Pride Month, I'm going to name more individuals, but those that I just named, they are doing what needs to be done. At some point, they said, I'm done talking. I'm done talking. You're not going to let me do it? Well, let me do it. Sometimes you got to step out the box. Sometimes you got to use your own money. Sometimes you got to fall and then get back up and then fall again and then get back up. As Aaliyah would say, dust yourself off and try again. You're going to have to be in that moment. But I want to say something to those of you who are out there doing the fight. If you are constantly sitting in the same stagnant water, sooner or later it's going to stink. It's not going to go anywhere. Algae is going to grow. It's going to get nasty and cloudy and all of that. And if you're at that point right now, then you need to step outside that box and do what needs to be done. Like those individuals I named, those organizations and companies that I named right there, you got to do that. Don't let nobody keep you in here when you need to be out there. Don't let nobody clip your wings because you need your freedom. Get your freedom. Do what needs to be done because you're done talking. If you're sitting in the same meeting, the same Zoom call, the same, I don't know, whatever it may be, classroom, whatever it may be, and it's going nowhere, I implore you to do what needs to be done. Stop talking and do. Stop talking and do. That's the message for tonight. Stop talking and do. Do what needs to be done. And here's the thing. Lastly to that, to anybody out there that's trying to do what needs to be done and it don't look like you're doing it because everybody else looks like they over here and you down here, don't fret the small stuff. Stay where you at. Do what you need to be do. Polish what you are capable of. Polish what you know. Polish who you are. And then you start making moves one step at a time. Boop, 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 boop. And before you know it, you didn't surpass them. Why? Because you're doing what needs to be done. Nothing ever, ever, ever gets taken care of by doing nothing but sitting there. Sometimes you got to shake the table. Sometimes you got to shake the table, baby. Sometimes you got to shake the table. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I know I've been talking. Y'all come in, come talk to me. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what you're doing about what needs to be done. Tell me if you done talking, how you feel about all of that. Let me know what's going on. Come on and come talk to me. Tell me where you are at in that, right? And what I want you to do tonight, I want you to take a moment, right? And while we pay some bills and catch this commercial before I go into pondering HIV, but I want you to know a little something and see what we're all about here at Pyro Media. So we're going to roll that footage so we can pay some bills, and then I'll be back with Pondering HIV. Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Just to show you a little bit of the lineup, show what's going on, what's happening. Okay, because look, I'm gonna tell y'all what the deal is. Okay, so I'm here, and it's a little warm. I told you that in the beginning, so I had turned the light off. My production is telling me I need to turn the light on. Ooh, ooh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got some light. There's some light shining going on right here now. We're good to go. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and go into pondering HIV. Let's ponder some HIV. Yes. Yes. Come on, don't they look pretty? Yes. Come on, let's ponder some HIV. Yeah, so here's the thing. This is what I want to do tonight on Pondering HIV. I want you to ponder the fact or the thought that we are eradicating stigma, right? And a lot of times people say, oh, we have to talk about it. Here we go again with the talking about it, but to eradicate stigma. But this is what I want to talk to you about. You don't have to eradicate stigma by talking. Sometimes you just have to do, right? Taking your medication on time and not being afraid to talk to your doctor, talk about medication adherence, eradicating stigma, right? Around medication. Talk about what the medication does to you. How does it make you feel? So forth and so on, right? Talk about going to your doctor's appointments and talking with your doctor about how you feel while you're on this medication and doing that. We have to eradicate the stigma, right? I am an open book. When I talk to people, tell people all the time, look, we about to talk about some things. You okay with it? Because I'm going to be real with you, right? I'm not going to tell you to do anything that's out of pocket, but I got to be real with you. It's your life. It's your life. And if you don't want to do this or don't want to do that, you're grown. You're more than welcome to have it. But come on, let's talk about it. Or better yet, let's go do it. Let's go do it. And I think sometimes in order for us to eradicate stigma, we have to do. It's one thing for us to talk about it. We talked about it last week and the week before and the week before that. But what are we doing? What are we doing? And that's the part that I think that we have to understand. Yes, you're right. You're right, Miriam. Be honest with your doctor only helps you more. You got to be honest with first off, be honest with yourself. Look, a month ago, I didn't have this on my body. All of a sudden, it just showed up. Something happened. There's an odor. There's a this. There's a that. I'm not saying that you got to be all down in your pants and telling anybody whatever, right? But I do say this. I got to be honest with you because I got to be honest with myself. I've been I had talked to a friend some time ago. They had been itching for the last 5 days. They just got ashy skin. Nah, bro, that ain't ashy skin. You just go get that taken care of. Well, no, I'm gonna just go get some cream from Walgreens or from CVS, and I'm gonna be good. Nah, bro. Mm-mm. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. What you doing? So you just gonna talk about it? You're not gonna be about it? Anytime something like that, know your body. Know what's going on with you. You can talk about all this. You can look at you can talk about OnlyFans and you can talk about porn Twitter and everything else that's happening. But you can't talk about your body. You can't talk about you being healthy. You can't talk about you doing what needs to be done for you. Be honest with yourself first. That's the way to eradicate stigma. I can't sit here and tell you how to do it because what's for you may not be for me, and what's for me may not be for you. But what I am going to say is that know your body, know you. Be honest with yourself. Look, this is where I'm at. This is how I'm feeling. That. You know what I'm saying? Look, Doc. You see this right here? Come closer. Come closer. I don't know what's happening right here. Something going on. But Titan, why you think something going on? Because it got a little older. Something's happening. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is the only way we can eradicate stigma in this is to do. The more you know, the more you can help. Not only somebody else, but yourself. Right? Somebody told me one day, I was talking with somebody and they said, oh, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And, I looked it up and this and that. I said, you self-diagnosing? Like, what you doing? You don't look good. Like, I'm not saying it in an old catty way. No, you don't look, you look sick. Like something is wrong. And people, so I know I'm here a little bit, but do I care? I really don't. Because I'm tired of everybody pussyfooting around and tiptoeing around the bush, walking on eggshells and don't want to speak truth. Y'all can sit up here and tell somebody that they look good with this and that and all of this other kind of stuff like that, and they kiki behind their back, but Titan not gonna do that with you. When's the last time you've been to the doctor? Right? If you are HIV positive, what's going on with you? What's happening? Have you anything changed on your body? And this is not even HIV positive, but this is pondering HIV. That's why I'm speaking of HIV. But your body, period, your body will change. The texture of your skin will change. The color of your skin will change. Things will happen. And you can sit up here all day long and sit up here, I'm okay. I'm all right. Ain't nothing going on. I'm cool. I'm good. And the whole time you're over here having issues at the wazoo, but you don't want to tell nobody. You didn't went to the doctor 3 times and the doctor didn't know that you was itching? Come on now. What we paying for? What we going to the doctor for? You know what I mean? Like, come on. So in this pondering HIV, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I believe that how we can eradicate stigma. We got to meet stigma head on. And we got to tell stigma to get the hell back. Stop playing with me. But in order for us to do that, we got to stop playing with ourselves. We got to stop. We got to stop sitting here fooling ourselves that we're good. We got to stop sitting here playing with ourselves, saying that it don't matter. I'm good. It's in this. A lot of times we don't speak out because of stigma. A lot of times we don't go places because of stigma. A lot of times we don't do things because of stigma. And that's because stigma is there. And I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that I've never had stigma. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that I still don't have stigma in my life. But this is what I do know. I know what stigma looks like, and I know what stigma sounds like. So when stigma come popping this little head, Titan, I'm stigma. What? And I say, stigma, I saw you damn mile away. What you doing? What you doing? You get no love here. You don't get to mess with my peace. I'm so secure in where I'm at right now. Stigma, you don't have a door. Even if you came through the doggy door. Even if you was hiding under this hat. Bruh, not no more. Not no more. We got to eradicate stigma. But we got to be honest with ourselves. That eradication of stigma is a hard thing to do sometimes because we have been in it for so long. We have been dealing with it for so long, not dealing with it, that we can't literally get past it or get through it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Whew. Look, I sometimes when I'm talking to y'all, I just feel like I be preaching. Sometimes like but I just want to say it hasn't been easy and it probably won't be easy. But anything worth having is worth working for. Think about this. If it came to you that easy, it wasn't worth it because it could leave just as easy. You with me? Your life is important. You are important. You deserve to be here. And even if you're HIV positive, your life is important. And I'm saying this because this is what I've heard. You don't deserve to die. You don't deserve to not live. Your life is important. You're a God's child. You deserve to be here. You deserve to be loved in all your glory. That's what I'm talking about. That's my pondering HIV, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to pay a quick little bill right fast, and then I'm going to come back with my final thought. Pondering HIV. We're going to eradicate stigma. Be honest with yourself. All right. Let's pay that bill, Kwame. Let's pay that bill.
Are you a person living with HIV?
Are you a person living with HIV?
Then you need to protect yourself.
Get the COVID-19 vaccine.
Get the COVID-19 vaccine. Your HIV medications have not been scientifically proven to prevent COVID-19.
COVID-19 may be new, but our fight isn't.
We've been on the front lines. It is up to us to protect ourselves
and our families.
Individuals with health conditions such as hypertension, heart disease, diabetes, asthma, COPD, and HIV are at higher risk of more severe disease and complications from COVID-19 virus. Masking and social distancing are still highly encouraged, but as a priority group, it is important that you also get COVID-19 vaccine. Both of the current approved vaccines are mRNA vaccines, which have been studied for years. They are not the virus and cannot give you COVID-19 infection. The vaccine does not contain anything that stays with you. And like all vaccines, there are typical side effects that some but not all people experience, such as pain, tenderness at the site of injection, headache, tiredness, some body aches, and fever. Keep in mind that these are usually mild to moderate and last about 24 to 48 hours.
If you're a person living with HIV and are concerned about the cost of healthcare, have no health insurance, are unemployed, or haven't been able to get your HIV medication, you may be eligible for health insurance assistance, which includes paying for COBRA premiums, other types of medical insurance premiums, and insurance co-payments. To see if you're eligible, please contact 832-927-7926.
For more information on services for people living with HIV, obtain a copy of the Blue Book Resource Guide by visiting the Houston Ryan White Planning Council website, rwpchouston.org, or contact us directly at 832-927-7926.
As someone who's thriving with HIV during this global pandemic, I see that this reaches far beyond our local community. I'm asking you to take up the charge with me and other community leaders and advocates to educate those who may not understand or have seen the effects of HIV and COVID. We are the healers of our communities. Now stand with me and let's start the healing process. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know we're moving on. We're at the end of the program here, and I'm going to go into my final thought. So since I have already spoke on pretty much everything already, I'm just going to take a couple of minutes, and I just want to speak on Pride. What are you doing for Pride Month? What are you doing? We're done talking. What are you doing? What are you doing? Parents, friends, family, loved ones, what are you doing? If that's a conversation you're having with someone, LGBTQIA youth, is that you showing up for someone, you being there for someone, you're listening for someone, you're helping someone. What are you doing? And not only for Pride Month, but for all year long, okay? I want to say this. If you have an LGBTQIA plus youth, and the youth is reaching out to you or coming to you to talk to you about whatever it may be, something that we don't do often, we don't listen. We need to listen. Not this tit-tat, not this tit for tat, this back and forth, oh, you doing this, or you got to respect me, or I got to respect you. None of that stuff, right? Listen. Listen. I guarantee you, you'll truly, truly understand that. And then love. Learn to love your child where your child is at. I want to say that one more time. Learn to love your child where your child is at. Sometimes your child is not going to take the route that you think that the child should take. Sometimes the youth is not going to be who you think they should be, but you should love them where they're at. Ladies and gentlemen, parents, If you have an LGBTQIA plus, a BQ plus child, youth, listen and love. Don't make it personal. Listen and love. That's my final thought for today. Listen and love. What are you doing for Pride Month? If you are down for it, if you popping commercials, you hanging with your friends, what are you doing? Do one thing for Pride Month this year that you didn't do last year because we was in a global pandemic. Do one thing for Pride Month. And if the one thing you have to do is listen and love, do that. Do that. Do that. Peace and blessings to you, ladies and gentlemen. I love you and I thank you all so much. Thank you for watching. I want to say this before I go, that I don't believe there was any other reason you were put on this earth other than to be blessed and to be a blessing. If you are blessed, then you're already blessing somebody. And if you're blessing somebody, you are truly blessed already. Talk about it. I'll see you next week. Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all come check me out and come take a sip of the thought with me.